everybody? Greetings, sirs of the internet. It is I, C Plus Hero, the hero VTuber, the making, and happy Saturday, May the 10th, 2025. It's been a little over a month since we streamed VTuber versus WARUDO. But how are you guys all doing? Welcome to our live stream if you're new here. And welcome to my lovely co-host, Miss Meowrins. How's your days going, Meowrin?
Going good, going good. I'm happy about the sun finally being out. I feel like it's been rainy and dreary lately, so I'm happy to see the sunshine.
Yeah, it's already feel like the summer is just around the corner, you know?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I love summer.
Yeah, a lot of exciting thing happened over the past weeks, you know? Like, for example, we got our very first American Pope. Like, literally.
Yeah!
Now
that's kind of crazy.
Of course, we're not gonna go too deep into it because we don't want to get into topic of religion and all, because that's not part of that is kind of a little bit against the rule here. But it is very cool to see a history in the making, nonetheless. And hello, Chris and Charmer the Anime. Welcome to the live stream. And yes, say hi to the Pickle Monster too.
Welcome. Hey, I take that welcome back. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I deny the pickle allegations.
Yeah, the pickle allegations continue on, man. Continue on. And actually,
this is slander.
Hang on a second, let me just adjust the decibel level for the Discord volume because you're reaching close to the red. I think that should be good enough. Okay, then.
I could be quieter.
Don't worry. Well, then again,
I just get too excited.
If anything, the ladies have a much more high pitch anyway, so of course it will go into the red.
Oh no, that's true.
Meowin.
See, I can't help it.
Charmander says that, Meowin, Your Honor, I do not indulge in pickles.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't prove anything, Judge.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. We're gonna talk about a certain development that happened not too while ago with a certain VTuber who got into a pickle, let's just say that much. But
and it wasn't me.
And it wasn't Meowin. We promise you guys that at least. But anyway, guys, I know that it's been quite a while since we streamed VTuber versus WARUDO. As you can also know that I also opened our very first official YouTube channel called VTuber versus WARUDO. So if you guys ever missed the live stream VOD ever on Twitch, if you miss watching it live, you can watch the recorded VOD on that channel. So do not forget about that and go and subscribe to our YouTube channel for VTuber versus WARUDO.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys,
put in the effort to get that.
We're gonna begin a huge topic. A huge topic that happened over the last week. Matter of fact, it happened. A lot of things happened within the last week of April, as you guys may already know. It was very hectic to say for a lot of people. But all I can say before we begin is remember to respect each other. Do not go harass with the people that's involved in the story that we're gonna talk about today. And of course, do not go harass anybody. Oh wow, actually I kind of said that twice already. But
we're unhinged here, but we're not we do right things. You know what I mean?
We have standards. That's right. Basically, that's what it is.
We may be unhinged, but we at least have standards. We're civilized.
Right. So, all right then, Meowin. Are you ready for this?
Not exactly, but I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right then. So, for anyone who's been living under the rock, and probably it's very a blessing in a sense, but for anyone who's curious, we're gonna talk about the story of this VTuber. This VTuber, her name is Sinder VT, or Sinder for short. And Sinder was a big indie VTuber. She was probably one of the biggest indie VTuber of our time.
Yeah, I even know an IRL person that watches her. You know what I mean? I feel like the amount of IRL people I know that watch VTubers is just so slim. But for an IRL to watch someone I know of, you know what I mean? That's how well known she is.
Yes. So why are we talking about Sinder? Well, let's just say Cinder got in a very, very big trouble. But before we go to Cinder, we're gonna first talk about this VTuber. Her name is Nanoless. And Nanoless is a popular VTuber artist who makes so many wonderful models. And she makes model for some of the big earning VTubers in our time. People like Iron Mouse and Zentreya, for example.
I think she makes a lot of Iron Mouse's models, right? Like a good handful of them at least.
Yeah, a good handful of them, I think. Yeah, she make a lot of like. She's basically like. I guess you can say she's like the Ferrari. She's basically like the Ferrari for VTuber model. Let's just say that much. She's basically make like a Ferrari like equivalent to VTuber model. That's how popular she is. Now, what does Nanoless have to do with Cinder, you may ask? Well, on the last weekend of April, which is like technically was on Saturday, the April the 26th, Nanoless released a very, very damning document about Cinder and her manager, or at this point, her ex-manager slash boyfriend. And we're
just to
gonna
warn you,
talk a
Chad,
little
this
bit
is a
about
lot.
this.
It's nothing like bad or like really triggering, but a lot as in just like it's a
Oh,
lot.
it is quite horrible.
It's a big pill to swallow.
Yeah,
but again, it's nothing like too bad.
Yeah, but
Thankfully.
it's really, really, really big. So
It's
again,
just emotionally, again, not heavy, but just like, I don't know. You're gonna have to use a little bit of your emotional, like it's a little tiny bit draining emotionally.
yes, it is. It is emotionally draining to talk about this, but we're gonna go over it because I have some thoughts that I want to share too. So, and yes, exactly, Chris. This is a big pickle to swallow. No pun intended.
Oh no!
All right, so I have here a copy of Nanolith's document that she released in her Google Doc, and this is what to say. So first off, let us begin. Now, I'm not gonna go. Now, hear me out on this. We're not gonna go over her document or any other document that released after this, because the other documents posted by the other VTuber, it only add more context to the story. But I want to read Nanolith's document a bit because this one is what it all began.
Because I did not read this yet. I literally, what I know about this is like the literal bare minimum.
And don't worry,
it's a lot.
I'm just gonna read like the first couple of pages. Maybe we'll read the whole thing. Am I going to skim a thing or skip few things? Because if we read the whole thing, we might gonna be here for more than like 5 hours, maybe, possibly. I don't know.
And plus, stories with Hero.
Plus, before we begin, I forgot to mention that I've been thinking about how I want to do a show today, and I want to go more on the talk/commentary aspect than a news show. So there's not gonna be a lot of VTuber news to cover, but only we're gonna cover a topic that is huge and significant that happened in the past month. So unlike compared to our last episode, we're just gonna be covering at least maybe 2 or 3 topics that happened in the VTuber space within a month. So just letting you guys know. Anyway, without further ado, let me start reading this. Introduction note. I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red, that's Cinder's manager name, manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into the drama, while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Cinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's back to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout. But I think this proved that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Cinder. Note, based on what you were redacted, Red, Cinder's manager, and Cinder over the years, that I am sure they speak for each other, and there's no reason to believe Red was acting without Cinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. English not being my first language and the language barrier.
Mm.
I discussed the situation, my feelings and thoughts with native English speaker who helped me put them into words, so everything is clear without any misunderstanding due to lack of English skills. Note, any name that are censored here are censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. Fair enough. Alright, here we go. We're going to start with our first section. Slandering other creators. So, nanoalists go on to say, I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creator and spreading rumors while manipulating me that all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and accuse Bao of giving quote-unquote their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new client, which will be important later on. The screenshot below showing the affection and appreciation immediately followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any future decision regarding commission. So here is the first screenshot. So on the top, the analysts say OFC, that stands for of course. I wanted to understand it better, specifically if I cancel her for the second time, LL. And Sinder's manager redacted response saying, well, with censor, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS. I don't know what GS stands for, but sometimes
gamer subs.
Oh, okay, gamer.
Do you think it's that?
Probably
is that like
it
a
is gamer
sponsor of
sub.
Cinders?
Actually, GS probably is stand for gamer sub. Okay, so she's given a lot of bias and priority at gamer sub, sometimes over Sinder, and we can't really confront them about it. Plus, she's gone 3D lately. Val has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her, since she's already taken our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time with her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our project. Also, one of Bal's MV music video editor is the one that did the Boss Russ MV, and we're 99% sure she had told him not to do any more with us. But like model art is the most important thing. That's a VTuber's entire image. Okay. And it goes on to say, well, we love working with you. Sinder wouldn't be Sinder without Nana. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Val had original song last year that it MVs by her editor, and the songs flop. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he loved to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Bus Ross music video between his work with Val. He said he loved working on it and it's super excited to work on the next music video project. Boss Ross' song blows up and he's credited as the editor. I asked him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working about going forward. No explanation. And now his response with that park frog emoji nervous expression. And then redacted responded saying, there's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scene. And basically, we don't have a music video editor now for our next Boss Ross project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original music video for her friends without her knowing. And it did 100 times better than her original song last year. That she had locked him up so no one else could work with him. It then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward like a little announcement tweet. And then more screenshots saying, redactor saying, and now she's been barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animated. So like, and you and a nano model. And Nanolis responded, yeah, looking for me sounds sauce for sure. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. And Nanolis responded, oh, she has a way of guilt-tripping people to get her way. So, as you guys could see, we seem like, Cinder's manager, it's sort of trying to, convincing Nanolis to work only for Cinder and him for Cinder's project. And basically, this whole tweet, this Discord screenshot, showed that Red, representing Cinder, was trying to gatekeep Nanolis for themselves from everyone else. Basically. And of course, we have more screenshot here. And according to the document here, Nanolis say that Red asked me to cancel on one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it's okay since, quote-unquote, she has many connection and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model I had planned with Bao. And this screenshot show it. It say redacted in all capital case. Did you cancel models? And Nanolis replied in capital case. I did not, with the sad peppy face emoji. Nano arc delayed by 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. Redacted. Say, you shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. Nanolis responded, yee, or is it yeah? I don't know how to pronounce. Anyway, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Sad pog frog emoji face. Yeah. Now, the next session talk about exclusivity and blacklisting other creator. In the message below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they will guarantee me model work for Cinder only. If anyone asks me for commission, they commission me instead to compensate for not working with other creator. This felt very strange, given that one of the accusation they made was overworking their editor, yet their quote-unquote solution to me working with other creator was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. The message below showed that the primary concern is that the more non-Cinder models I make, the less quote-unquote valuable my existing models become. It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind, as it eyes that by working with other people, I'm somehow making my existing model less special. Before I keep reading on, what do you think about this, Meowrins, so far? Like, this quote say, where Nanolis said that the more non-Cinder models I make, meaning like the more model she make not for Cinder, the less valuable her existing models become.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that is like what the fudge? It's basically like saying, okay, if I let's say, what is, I can't think of an example on top of my hand. Let's see now. Okay, Meowin, I know this may come out of joke, but let's just say, Meowin, let's say you're a pickle farmer, right? Now, your pickle farming is one of the most delicious pickle in the world, right? And let's say some customer or company want to make you a business deal, and they ask you saying hey, so if you sell your pickle to our competitor or some other company, your pickle just gonna run out of values. How would you feel that?
That's offensive to my pickle.
How would you feel that?
I feel like I'd be offended. Like, what do you mean? I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, my work is has inherent value because it's my work, right? I don't know. My pickles have inherent value because they're my pickles, and I worked really hard on making them the perfect pickle.
Right?
Oh my god. Ladies.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get back to serious now. Okay, let me continue reading on. Following screenshot is of them setting up the blacklist, saying I am not allowed to work with any new clients or clients any new outfit for VTuber number 1 specifically, and justifying those things by saying that with each model, my art become less unique and special, and therefore Sinder somehow will become less special. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people, it's insane and hurtful. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I back out. Which, honestly, say, very right choice move on Nanolist.
Yeah. It must have been scary to do that too.
Right? And
I feel like I would have been too wimpy, so good for Nano.
right. And also, by the way, when Nanolist mentioned this VTuber 1, this VTuber 1 was revealed to be Silverveil, FYI. So, alright, so I'm just gonna move on a little bit, because like I said, I'm not gonna read the entire document, but there is something that I want to mention here if I have it. Oh, oops. I don't want to show that yet. So I believe, yes. So here's a section. This is kind of the second to the last section of the document. Sorry if I kind of skip some of the stuff in the document here, because like I said, I'm not reading the whole thing. But this part is one where people got really pissed off about, because the section called "It's simply business," normalizing the behavior once again by stating that this is simply business to sabotage other VTubers' career or not work with them and focus on Senders instead. So, redacted say, it's okay, Nano. We're just making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't blame you for accepting work from other big name in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan something depending on that. Nano is responding, thank you for understanding my side. We're all trying to have our name somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys. And again, apologize for the trouble on your plan. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. We'd have to say business is business. If you want to go through the project we talked about, let me know which one you want to do. And then we'll go on to say, Redactor say, is this about blank model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Sinder. I just want to do pretty model. No hurt feeling. Business is business. And Nanolist is like responding with the, I don't know how to explain it. It's a Pepe Frog holding up his hand, crying, and just like, I don't know how to explain this emoji. I think you might know, Meowrins. I think you might know what it is. But anyway, Nano, Redactor responding say, Nano, you're a freelance artist and Blank is a long-time client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistic of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. Nano is saying, I really appreciate for understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go odd brr. Red responded, right, I know. I just didn't think our other conversations sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model. Like Blank specifically, or censor. Maybe I just considered the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. Redactor responded, it's okay. Nano they say, but are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Reddit said, me and you are good, but I still have to tell all this to Sinder. It'll be fine. DW, I think she's still sleeping. So, yeah. And the reason why this whole it's simply a business came up is because Sinder got into the conversation. I'm gonna go back a couple of the section here, this document. But Sinder say that, this is all just simply a business. Now, basically, a lot of people kind of took this quote and put it a little bit out of context, because now, we're going to discuss it a little bit later, but using your friend as a stepping stone for your business, it's pretty shitty. I think we can all agree with that, right, Meowrins?
Yeah, it's
however,
like not having priorities are straight, I guess.
However, However,
No.
here's something about it. This is I heard from another VTuber that I watched who also did a little reaction and made a comment about the Cinder situation. Is that when Cinder say it's just a business, she isn't completely wrong here, because in the VTubing space, a lot of people do not know this, especially the fan, but in the VTubing space, we all share and target the same kind of audience. We're always competing for the same kind of audience, because remember, the VTubing, it's a niche itself. It's a niche in the streaming community, which is also a niche too. So we are more or less share the same kind of people for our audience base, because one audience could be watching multiple VTubers. And there's so many VTubers, you know? Whether it's like a small-time VTuber like us, or a big indie corporate VTuber like Moi Calliope from HoloLive, or IMLs from VShojo, everybody is fighting over for people's attention. Whether it's on live stream, a video, a short TikTok, whatever. Whatever we make, we are competing for people's attention all the time. So when Cinder says it's just a business, it's no wonder why she said this, because it holds somewhat of a truth to it. But of course, how she does this thing was pretty wrong, in my opinion. Still. And of course, Nanolist go on say, the damage control on Cinder and reacted part about this, because we're gonna now basically you guys could go and read the document from Nanolist's official Twitter account on your own time to see the full thing. But basically, Nanolist give them the main context and her experience of how she dealt with Cinder and her manager. But however, now you guys thought that this was all over, right? Well, wrong. Because more damning document came out, because right after Nanolist came out, Bao spoke out and she released her document giving more context to the story. And not only just Bao, other VTuber also came out to talk about their own context and experiences with Cinder. And who, you might ask? After Bao, we have Spite, that another handheld VTuber. And according to Spite on her, she didn't even know who Cinder was. And apparently, Cinder was allegedly trying to copy her, Spite, because out of her jealousy of her own insecurity, according to some sources.
I can see that. Oh no.
And of course, remember I said that VTuber won its Silvervale? Well, Silvervale also posted her experience about Cinder, and she didn't even know who Cinder was until this whole thing happened, But and other thing is that Silvervale also had her experience of getting harassed, because a lot of people thought that she was copying Cinder, which was insane to me, which is insane to me. But and so now you guys are probably wondering, what happened with Cinder? How did she react to all this? Well, I'm gonna go over that a little bit later, but first, let us go through some of the reaction of other people, other than just the big VTuber that were involved with this. We have Irby here. Irby was now an ex or former Discord mod from Cinder's server, and this is his message. And actually, I cannot read this because it's too small. Let me actually pull up the picture. Sorry that it's kind of small here, guys. Hang on a second. Let me just...
Do you want me to read it? I could see it.
Oh, really? You could?
The letter?
Yeah, if you could read it, that's fine. Can you?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, I could read it.
Go.
Do you want me to? Okay. My letter to you, Cinder. I was 18 when I figured out I wasn't being treated normally, that I was being verbally abused and sometimes physically abused because I couldn't meet anyone's expectations of a perfect student or son. One of the biggest things that helped me to value myself were with the simple words that I thought I'd never hear that you first said, "You're amazing." Whether that's true or not is something I don't want to know. Choosing your business oriented mindset and disregarding anything I had to state regarding what the community and staff team needed says you didn't. But I wanted to thank you because it was the start of helping me learn to value myself, even if those around me didn't. The VTuber community saved me from mental health issues and suicide. Oh no. It helped me learn how to love and take a chance on life. Those who know me know that I love everyone within the community, and even if there's rocky roads ahead of friendships, I do my best to show up for those who especially need the escapism. Everything you stand for conflicts with that. Conflicts with what I stand for, and yet I hope you can value yourself to the point where you don't need to be insecure about doing all that's been done in the documents. I hope you become a better person, and I hope the next people that become your friends are treated the way they deserve to be treated. Oh, that must have been hard.
Yeah.
Um,
And a
should I
lot of
read the next part or not yet?
we have there's more here, and Irby actually has a little message to the Pyropop themselves, which is Cinder's fan
Yeah,
name. To the
they
Pyropop,
said,
I said
you
something
go.
before I had left as a mod. I told you, you're all Pyropop, and like fire, we glow bright together. It's still true and still corny, LL, I know. Pyropops aren't just Cinder's mascot. They're a group of people that burn bright in hopes of finding each other. I can
Yeah,
understand to an extent how you all feel, but don't feel as if the time spent in Cinder's stream or server was all for nothing. Those good memories shouldn't be wasted. Keep them with you and
yeah,
continue to make good memories with each other, whether you'll continue to stick by Cinder or decide to split away into other communities and friend groups. And that's fair, totally fair, right?
wow.
That is totally fair.
Yeah, this Irby person is is a very wise person.
I mean, he was part they I don't know what his gender is, but they were part of Cinder's server. He was their
Yeah.
Discord mod, so I'm pretty sure they were wise. And of course, moving on,
Yeah.
we have this screenshot of this Pyro Pop. I just former Pyro up of showing up the merch saying, I waking up and immediately seeing my Cinder merch self and crying. I'm now okay, man. And I remember when this whole situation happened over the past few weeks, a lot of people posted screenshot and video clip of them burning, literally burning
Mm,
Cinder's merch.
yeah.
Literally Cinder merch. But however, one particular VTuber or an artist posted a message saying, hey guy, instead of like literally like burning your Cinder plush or merch, donate them. Because just donate them. Because some kids might need a little
Oh,
plushie.
yeah. Oh.
To hug with, and they don't know who Cinder is, right? So donate your merch
Mhm.
plush doll if you can. And of course, if you guys didn't know, I didn't add this into the slide, but Novel Horizon, a company that worked on the figure Read, got a lot of core message about canceling the Cinder's 1/7 scale figure. And they also
Oh.
responded and saying like, yeah, we got this. And basically,
Mm.
most likely, and pretty much, they gotta cancel that project too because of the whole
Oh,
situation. And
wow.
of course, they gotta provide refund to everyone who bought the order. At least that's what I've heard.
That's good. That's good they'll refund people.
And yeah, I agree, Chris. I think it's fine keeping your Cinder merch too, because here's the thing. A lot of those merches, it's not just about Cinder, right? It's also about the artists who made that merch too.
Yeah, that's true.
So throwing away the merches, it's also kind of throwing away the artist's like good work on that. There's always
Oh.
gonna be somebody who made that and put a lot of love and care into it. Even though later on the VTuber that made the merch for was found to be a very shitty person.
Oh.
Like,
Has
but
that ever
anyway.
happened to you? There's someone you watch,
Now,
like, we found out they were a bad person.
yeah. Now, all of you guys are wondering how did Cinders reacted to all of this? Well, this is what she say. First up, this is her first Twitter that she released about like I believe it's about like couple of hours after the first
Oh
document
yeah.
released by Nanolis, saying
So
that this
I
is what
saw
Cinder said.
this, but I
A
never
fic-
saw like the
uh,
actual post with the document until way later. Like this is one of the first things I saw when this was happening.
oh really? Okay, so
And I was
Cinder
like
said
so
this.
confused.
Cinder said this. Effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTube activity. He no longer represent me as a creator, my brand, or my attention. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll make a larger response when I'm able to. However, about like a couple hours or even a day later, this tweet got community notice saying Cinder revealed
Oh.
himself as well as Van Peachy's VT that Redacted slash Red was Cinder's partner, aka her boyfriend. Moreover, per Bow's, Nanolis, and Silvervale accounts, Redacted acted with Cinder knowledge and consent, both of which directly engaged in liberal towards other creators. So we're gonna see more reaction from other VTuber, and this one is from Deli-chan, Deli Sia Ren, and she is actually an artist who I work with very, very closely with because she
Yeah.
helps to create my weekly schedule every week. But
Yeah,
so
here's the plug for her art. Her art's great.
yeah, her art is great. She kind of does make a little saucy tweet here and there from time to time. But anyway, no, I digress. But anyway, moving on. Funny how now it's all quote unquote, I didn't know when things go south. You know enough when it benefited you. You lost friends just to chase some clout. Was it worth it? Because you can't buy back loyalty or trust. Blaming all to the person closest to you to stay clean, it's even worse. Own your mistake. Your action hurt real people. The damage you caused is permanent. No heart, just greed. If you guys wondering what Deli is trying to mend, Cinder did release her own apology, but her apology is just saying like, oh, I did not know what my boyfriend or manager did all this time. I am sorry for not
Right.
knowing. I'm sorry. But don't worry, guys. I fired him. He's no longer my boyfriend says manager. And and what's gonna happen to us gonna be deal in our private life and all and all. And she did send somewhat of apology to Nanolis and the others, but it wasn't great. It wasn't because the way she talked, she just didn't take any accountability. She did not take any accountability. And this is what Deli was referring about, And then moving on, here's more response from other VTuber, from Camilla. Now, if you guys remember Camilla, she was somebody that we talked about last year or a couple of months ago, where she went to a convention and then she found out that one of the gift that her fan that she received from fan had a tracking. We covered this story before. This is that VTuber. But Camilla is here saying, as if boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing. You are blaming him to save yourself? I am so disappointed in you both. A shame on you for the pain you have caused to all of your friends just so you can be the best. Yeah. Yeah. And then moving on, we have Ellie, the alien crime syndicate boss VTuber here, say, man, that was disappointing to read. She was referring to the Cinder's apology document. As creator, we are responsible for our own brand and image. We are responsible for the relationship we retain and how we treat others. That includes behind the scene as well. It's one thing to be frustrated about something, but to actively sabotage people who you call your friends and then put all the blame for your way of thinking on your manager slash boyfriend, even if it was mostly his way of thinking, you have your own opinions and autonomy. When you're called out for your wrongdoing, it's always best to take accountability for your own actions. Thank you, Ellie, to mention that. No excuses, no manipulation, no redirection. People always see through the bullshit. And somebody responded to Ellie in the tweet saying this: I'm so tired, Ellie VTuber, but I don't know if we'll be able to trust Cinder VTuber again after this one. I hope you or any other VTuber, I think this guy say, don't do the same as she did. Please don't backstab or hurt us like she did to her friends. And Ellie say, people are people and we're all only human. People make mistakes. However, I can say from my experience, stuff like this happening is not nearly as common as you think it is. There are always people doing everything they can to get to the top. That will never change. It's part of the hustle, but there are many, many, many more people out there with good intention who just want to have a good time and don't want to bring others down. So don't worry too much. Trust is earned and is easily broken. Most people understand that and respect it. And that is very, very fair, you know. Trust is earned and easily broken, and most of us understand that and respect it. Whether we like it or not, we understand and respect it, you know. Whether we like it or not.
Yeah. That's a good point. I feel like what Ellie said, like, that last sentence, like, is very true. People will always see through the BS.
Yep. And yeah, indeed, Meowrins, indeed. And we have more one. This one from your Oshi Natasha Naniers.
Oh!
So
Yeah.
Natasha
Oh,
Naniers
yeah.
saying like, I've seen Silver receive so much harassment and unfair comparison to you over the year, and she just tanked it. Minded her business and never once tried to sabotage your success or tear you down. Deflecting and outright lying several times in this response instead of fully owning up to your mistake, it's insulting to everyone. I can't help but feel very frustrated on behalf of my friends and everyone who was on the receiving end of so much unnecessary stress, largely due to the choices you made. They handled the situation with much more grace than you decided to, and they deserve better. The weird backhanded remark you made the first time we ever met last year struck with me, and now it makes a lot more sense, knowing that this is apparently how you normally view and treat people. I hope you can learn from this and realize it's way easier to be kind and to be happy for your success as well as the success of others.
Oh. I feel like this was pretty well thought out.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty well thought out for an eldritch being disguised as a female anime cat girl. Honestly, good word, wise word from Nanias, man.
Yeah, that's nice that she's standing up for her friend too.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes me happy.
exactly, you know. I just even after, you know, they left V Shoujo, they still remain as a friend, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Silver, Nanias, and Bebe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really true. And of course, we have the most damning responses here. And this one, oh my god, I can just feel the anger reading this response here from Shy Lily. Shy Lily saying this: the absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating, and I've never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading, and hearing of how you really viewed me behind my back. Not just through a screenshot of your man, but also your very all capital case own messages while having to sit here and read through these BS lies you spend make me want to vomit. To claim that you didn't know a single thing, all capital case, and had zero awareness of what your man was up to, when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given. Even when talking about your friend, it's sickening. I have... Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, whoops, sorry about that. I guess again. Okay, here we go. I have experienced your own without red. In a situation where in your own screenshot award, you'll express a pressure to live up to what Lily is and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently close business over friends. Never feeling bad for failing them? Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Failing them. Sorry, my bad. Just to earn the bag and compete with me over a VCUD collab that you rescheduled to be an exact day your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lie about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you reschedule, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realize you were being a bad friend. Why blame me for choosing this to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in that friend's career? Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have those opportunity and platinum to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. You claim that quote-unquote is just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability, and all you've done is try to shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences in your career and try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who look up to you as an inspiration. I'm especially sorry for your fan. Pyropop deserve better. If there's any VTuber in the VTuber space you don't want to make an enemy of, it's Shy Lily.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, this is what happens. This is why you should not like be a jerk or like a mean person around happy peppy people. I speak as one who knows because there's no wrath like our wrath.
Right? And excuse me for a second. I mean, I'm gonna take off the shirt because it's kind of getting very warm in here.
Oh my gosh. For free? I'm just kidding. Chat, you gotta donate now.
Shy Lily, like, I never, reading her text here, I never felt so much anger from a person. Shy Lily is just so, loving person. And
yeah,
to
I
hear
feel like
her
she's
say
very
that,
patient too about like this kind of stuff.
And remember, guys, I don't want to go biologist here, but Orca is a very menacing predator too. Just letting you guys know.
They kill for fun.
But wow, I don't know about that. But Shy Lily here, she was literally holding. Like what you say, Charman Anime. She was literally holding her anger and let it all out in one swoop.
And she wasn't mean about it either.
Yeah, she was just.
That's hard to do.
She was just being honest of her feeling. Now she might most very, very kind person who like snap out, like say, usually afterward, once they come that day, is like she say, oh, I'm sorry, I was going a little bit off the rail. But honestly, to be honest, I think she's right to be angry about this. She was right to be angry about this. So
yeah. And I feel like it's good. It's good that everyone's like speaking up about it. I don't know. I feel like because it seemed like these people were like, a lot of them were friends, and I don't know if you've ever had to deal with someone like this where like, yeah, they're a friend, but they're very toxic to everyone. I think it's really important to like air out the like thoughts and feelings they've been having and like communicate that to the person, and it really helps them in the long run. Like, they're not going to change right away, but hopefully if they eventually like kind of hit a wall and realize, oh shoot, like the way I've been acting is not cool and not great and not nice to people, like I wouldn't want a friend like me, basically. These words being said now, they'll think back on them and it'll help them like turn into the right direction.
Yeah, hopefully. Now, and Charmin, I agree. People like that don't get angry much, but when they do, they're gonna be an effing storm. I agree with that. Yeah. Now, with all this said, I've been thinking about this over the past week about this whole situation, right? And I ask myself these kind of questions, like, so I think us as a fan who watches VTuber, we put our Oshi on the highest pedestal, and that I believe is very unhealthy sometimes because in
Mm-hmm.
case like this happened, I ask myself, how would I react to it? How do I feel about my Oshi? In fact, even if they have not done something like this, how would I
Mm-hmm.
feel if I found out that they were doing something
Yeah.
like what Cinder did? And as a content creator, and this is a separate question, as a content creator, what if I have to do what Cinder did in order to grow, in order to get to the top, in order to grow as a content creator in the long run, right? Because thing is like, okay, my chat here knows this a lot, but I have a shrine dedicated to my Oshi, right? So I'll admit that. I'll admit that. But but after this whole Cinder situation happened, I'm just thinking myself, how do I see my Oshi? Am I putting her too much on a high
Yeah.
pedestal to the point that I think she's not unflawed, not perfect human being? And I asked
Mm-hmm.
this to my a certain friend who was streaming at a time, and she said that well, she said that even Mori Calliope may have done something what Cinder did in the past when she was joining HoloLive, because she had a friend who was also joining HoloLive, and Mori Calliope did
Mm.
everything that something similar to what Cinder did, and later on, Mori Calliope kind of regret doing that. If you listen to some of her early songs, it kind of reflect that
Mm.
experience, at least according to what my friend said. So yeah, it's like very put you in a very different perspective of how you behave and act toward your
Yeah.
Oshi. Because here's the thing, your Oshi, maybe your Oshi, but they're not a perfect human being. Just remember that they're also a person behind that VTuber model, and they all make mistakes. Now, we
Yeah.
never know exactly if they did something what Cinder did, and it's probably best
Mm-hmm.
not to know it, only for themselves to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's best not to know what they're thinking or what they have done in the past. But rather, we should be judging them of how they react to what they did, how they react to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Because I was just thinking about that, how once upon a time when I was a very, much less emotionally mature person, like when I was a teenager, this is like on the level of maybe something I could have done, like without realizing that it was something like hurtful to the other people. You know what I mean? So I'm just like hoping that this is something that, like, at the very least, hopefully she didn't realize was like not okay, or like was not noticed, like not like thinking about like putting things into perspective of like how would I feel if like a friend was doing this to me. But again,
Yeah.
you never know. Like, that's like really giving the benefit of the doubt though, and that's a kind of another, just like putting people on a pedestal, that's like kind of something you should try not to do so much.
Right. Yeah. And back to my second question about as a perspective of the content creator, what if I need to do what Cinder did in order to
Mhm.
grow, right? And my same VTuber friend, she explained that, well, she kind of don't have the answer to it, but basically what she said that just me asking this question, most likely I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do what Cinder
Yes.
did. Since
Yes.
I'm asking the question, I'll probably
Mhm.
likely won't do it. So
That's a really good point. Yeah.
so I think the point is that if you, whether you're gonna do it or not, just because you're asking it, most likely you won't. And second, at least
Mhm.
you're self-aware of it that you may potentially
Yeah.
do it.
Well,
Self-aware of what you're
yeah.
thinking, self-aware of what you're planning. Like just be self-aware of your own action, and that's and I think that's a bit of the sign of being accountable. Being
Yeah.
self-aware of your action and thought and behavior. Like,
Yeah, I think that's like really important if, because I know a lot of people do struggle with this, with like, oh no, what if I accidentally be manipulative, this, that, and the other thing. Honestly, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, that's a sign of, if you are thinking that, that is your proof enough that you, not that you won't be manipulative, but like people who do like manipulative stuff like that, for the most part, they know exactly what they're doing and they make conscious effort to do it. And if you're worried about it, even if you do end up doing something, it's never going to be to this level. And you can right the wrong even if you do something like that, because again, a lot of times people just like they don't care, they don't even think about it. And I know that's like really hard to wrap your head around it, like, because I get that too. I get that way too, where I'm like, oh no, what if I'm accidentally being manipulative by like asking my friend to hang out with me or something?
Yeah,
But like seriously, thinking that means you're
yeah,
not.
exactly. When this whole thing happened, I actually remember
Mhm.
about VTuber versus WARUDO talk show here. Like, oh my god, what if I'm just only wanting to have this talk show with you just so I could get clocked?
Mhm.
Clot and Meowrins is just be my
No.
secondhand wheel or something like that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm using Meowrins as a stepping
No.
stone, like, you know,
No.
basically. But like, it's just like, no. But because here's the thing, at the end of the day, I do want to talk. I do kind of love to enjoy talking about this. So that was the attention, and you know, and just
Yeah.
remembering that and being aware of that. It's not.
Mhm.
Then that means I'm not using you as a stepping stone or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, honestly, that's actually like a little tiny bit of a relief that you kind of had that thought for a little bit, because sometimes I also worry. I don't know. I feel like we're just like little anxiety babies because
Like, here's the
I
thing.
also
I think we
sometimes
all.
worry about that too, where I'm like, oh no, I hope Hero does actually enjoy spending. I hope he doesn't like feel like he has to spend time with me doing this.
Chris
So I
Hastings.
feel a little better.
All right, Chris. I would accept that feedback. I will think about it.
What? I don't trust this. Is he gonna give me a pickle?
I mean, the man is giving us a feedback saying we need a pickle PNG on the screen next time. And I say, yeah, okay, I'll consider. I'll
Oh
think about
my!
it. But like, yeah. But yeah, this has been a wild ride, you know. And I think, you know, just here's a couple more lessons that we learned here. And also another comment that I want to make is that this may sound corny because I'm a hero VTuber and all, but I remember like this one scene, the very first multi-part episode of the Justice League animated series where Superman
I
and
remember
Batman
that show.
first time met the Martian the Manhunter, and Martian the Manhunter introduced himself to Batman, offering him a handshake, and Batman just stare at him, and Superman saying like, you know, don't take it personal, John. He just trusts no one. And John replies that a wise policy. Basically,
Yeah.
Batman literally just trusts nobody, not even his closest ally, because in fact, Batman even created a contingency plan where he will take down the Justice League if they go rogue, including himself. So he doesn't even trust himself either. Which is like, in the Vtubing space, I think that's kind of what we need to have for. We need to be careful of who we hang out with, talk with, and just like, not want to say go extreme length to say trust nobody, including yourself, but to the point that you just have to be cautious of others. You're going to have to be cautious of who you're working with. Another point I want to make is that...
you definitely gotta keep a long lead on it. You know what I mean? Like a long leash on, like, opening up to people, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, you just have to be be self-aware and be cautious with who you talk with. And also, I think we could also agree that you should never hire your significant other as your manager. I think that's another thing we have to point out, because here's the thing. Like, even if they're very experienced in this, you know, business-wise, you know, they can handle with all the other stuff like your sponsorship or whatever, your manager representing you. Like, a lot of people seem to mistaken that your manager is your boss, but no, that is very wrong. It's actually you, the boss, over your manager. You're the one who hired the manager. They're the one who represents your brand identity. They're the one who's talking on your behalf with sponsor, other business partner, whatever, other VTuber, whoever, whatever, other content creator, streamer, whatever. They represent you, and whatever they come out of their mouth, it's also your mouth too. Yes, maybe some stuff they do, it's their responsibility, but you are still accountable for what they did. So you gotta have to be responsible and be accountable for what your manager does or do at any given moment of time, you know, when it comes whether that's in the back end or on the front, right? And yeah,
Yeah.
that is why I think you shouldn't hire your partner or family member or friends, because your family and friends has so much high level emotional attachment to you
Yeah.
that they might do something that is very illogical, very illogical
Right.
thing to do because of running emotion. Now, I'm
Right,
not
right.
saying
And it's
anything
not even
bad.
them
Now,
like
yes,
being
I'm not.
bad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying anything bad toward your friends or
Yeah.
family member, but it's just that
Like
it's
it would
just
feel
not
right
very
in the
wise to
moment. You know
hire
what I
them. You
mean?
know, right?
Right. Because even if you're like, oh, my friend would never like do something like to like mess me up or like mess up my reputation, this, that, the other thing. But the thing is, they could do something like that while like thinking that it's like the right thing to do in the moment because of like tensions being high. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
like one of those things where like the decision in hindsight is like, oh shoot, that I really shouldn't have done that. And it's not them going like, hey, I'm gonna make a problem on purpose. No, it's them thinking like this is the right course of action to do right now, even though it's not.
Right. And also, if you do hire a family or friends or your significant other as a manager, they do something wrong and you have to fire them, that's quite
Right.
another awkward situation for you because
Yeah.
you're firing them because they're being a bad manager, not because they're being a bad partner or family member to you,
Right.
right? So that creates a weird, awkward situation too. So that's why, yeah, don't like you know, just don't hire your family member or friends as your manager. Now,
Yeah.
there is such thing as a core family business or whatever, but even then, you just have to be careful. Even then, you just have to be careful. And yeah, don't worry, Charmander. I'm not gonna hire my wife to be my manager, run my business. All right. And plus, I'm still very, very small to even afford a manager. To even afford a manager. So there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, really, really
Yeah,
good.
hello HR.
But Meowin, how are you feeling right now? What do you think of all this whole situation with Cinder and everything we talk about so far?
I feel like it's so sad because this is such a like I almost feel like it's such a textbook like flavor of something that happens with like a friend group when maybe someone's not as emotionally mature as the rest of them and hasn't learned about like hasn't learned about like not or like working past having like toxic behaviors like this. You know what I mean? Have you ever dealt with that where like maybe someone in your friend group is a lot like will behave in this kind of way and like they're your friend and everyone's friend, so they all just kind of let it slide until something big like this kind of explodes, and then everyone's all like, "Oh shoot, yeah, this was kind of the final straw." Like they've done like, "Oh, like they were being manipulative to you too. Here's what they did to me." You know what I mean? So it's
Right,
like sad because I feel like it is such a like common thing that happens in friend groups.
right.
It's like
I
really unfortunate.
Now I think it's like here's the thing. We're all human. We all make mistake, and I think situation like Cinder here, for example, it's best to make this kind of mistake when you're a small creator, and remember this as a big
Yeah.
creator and never do
Yes.
something like this. Because here's
Yes,
the
yes,
thing.
yes.
When you're a small creator, not many people would care about what you did, Not many people would care about what you did because
Right,
not many
because you're
people
still
look
kind
up
of
to you.
stumbling. You're still learning.
Yeah,
There's not a lot
exactly.
of eyes. It's kind of like a baby learning how to walk.
Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
It's kind of
Like
like
you're gonna
that,
have to
right?
stumble a bunch of times until
Right.
you can act properly.
And also, unfortunately, just like any other like VTuber drama and all, majority of people will forget this story in about like a week because every week there's always some kind of new VTuber drama. That's just how things go. However,
Yeah.
I think for Cinder's case here, she need to stay away from the internet, stay away from the space. Now, I don't know if she should come back to
Yeah.
VTubing or not. I would say no, but that's all up to
Yeah,
her.
I
That
don't
is all up to
know.
her.
Yeah,
And
I
also,
feel
yes,
like
I also forgot to mention that. Yes, Chris, I did know that Cinder also there's a cheating allegation of her too. I remember there was another person who released a documentary about his experience that Cinder was cheating with him.
mm,
So
oh my
yeah, not only
gosh.
that, Cinder is also a cheater and a manipulator. And what's even funny
Yeah.
thing is that way before this happened, there's a clip of Cinder having a collab with Neurosama. And Neurosama, some of the thing Neurosama did was exactly what all this situation happened. So yeah, Neurosama kind of unintentionally predicted the future.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is just wild. So all I can say for that is shout out to Neurosama and AI, I guess. Yeah, Neurosama predicting everything was literally like, yeah, kind of funny, but kind of scary. Scary that how
Yeah.
technologies have come,
Oh
right?
no. What?
Neurosama
was
literally
like,
became now a Nostradamus. She's literally predicting the future, guys.
you're right. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, honestly, I just, whether you guys are stay as a pyro pop or not, I hope that you guys have a better days, and I'm sure you will. If you own any kind of silver, that Cinder's merch, donate them if you can, and if not, keep them for good memories, And if it reminds me of this
Yeah.
situation, then it's your choice to throw it out away or whatever you do, It's your choice, and we're not gonna judge you on it. Just
And
do
because you
what you
never
think.
know.
Just do what you think that make you happy, make you feel better. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I
a
mean,
lot of VTuber, of course, who are affected by it, like Bao, Shy Lily, Buff Pop, so many
yeah.
other VTuber within Cinder's
Oh
friend
yeah.
group. They released their clip and their thought about this. It was really sad. I didn't watch any of them, but I knew that I saw where Bao was really bawling, like she was literally crying, like which is like, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, I feel like I always just like hope for the best in people, which I feel like I probably should try my best to learn not to do all the time, but I can't help it. So I'm like really hoping that I don't know, I just very much hope that like Cinder like takes some time away to like think and reflect, and please, this is my like here's my daily plug for going to therapy.
Right. And also,
Because maybe she didn't even know what she was doing was toxic, this, that, the other thing, but the only way she's gonna learn is, well, in a way it's good that this happened, because this is, I feel like a lot of people who were like manipulative and toxic in the past, this is the like sort of crux that made them realize like, oh, I have to learn to not behave that way anymore. You know what I
well,
mean?
I
I don't
don't know about
know.
that, but according to some thing I read off the internet,
Mhm.
allegedly before Cinder became Cinder VT, when she was her old persona Tashi, when she was an ASMR YouTuber, apparently
Mhm.
she also ran into some other drama when she was
Oh
there too. So
no. So
this
she
is likely it's
didn't
a
learn.
pattern.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I
Well, I'm
don't
so
know,
sorry about
maybe
everyone who had to deal with this then, because like I said, I
yeah.
don't know if you've ever had to deal with a friend like this, but it is definitely like emotionally scarring.
Yeah, it is emotionally scarring. And recently, Cinder did release, a new animated music video that kind of reflect this situation to about her feeling about others and all. Cinder, I don't know
Hmm?
what she think, but she was just very insecure. And my VTuber artist friend, she said she made the comment that, like Cinder, what she did was kind of stupid on her part because all Cinder was thinking about was going one up with other VTubers, her friend, for a better model. Which showed that
Oh.
all Cinder's thinking about as a VTuber was getting a better model. Not about the
Yeah.
content, not about the
Mm.
personality or the person behind the VTuber model. She just wanted to get the prettiest, the beautiful, and the most sexiest model than anyone else. And that's all. And she think that's what everyone care about, which is like
Yeah.
very wrong about it. Like,
Right, right. When it's like you had all these people as friends that's gonna be more like what's the word? Emotionally like fulfilling. There we go for you than having like the best model. I don't know. I'm
honestly,
just sad for everyone all around.
quite honestly, I think at that point, Cinder should just go away, you know? And
Yeah.
this situation also remind me of a similar sort of situation of another VTuber drama that happened last year. I'm not sure if you know of a person named Bunny Jiff.
No.
Oh, okay. So there was I think you might heard of this other VTuber. Her name is Lena Lazar. She's a horror VTuber. She's a horror
Oh.
VTuber. And she used to make a sculpture for Bunny Jip when she was a cosplayer. And when Lena shared
Mm.
her experience about Bunny Jip, about her not paying the money for the sculpture and treating her very horribly for her sculpturing business, it went pretty badly too. So I don't know. It's
Oh.
just really, yeah. This is just was a whole mess, and it made me think about a lot of things about my relationship or my eyes on my perspective on my Oshi. It also changed about how I think
Yeah.
about content creation, how I treat my other people that I work with, the people I interact with,
Mm.
the artists, you and my friend in the VTuber
Yeah.
space. It is just a huge almost like a huge wake up call and to reflect
Well,
on how you
yeah.
treat others. And
Yes,
I
yes.
remember reading Sayu's response to this whole thing. It's like,
Oh
Sayu
yeah.
asked, like, hey, how do I become a VTuber or a good VTuber or streamer? And Sayu said simply, well, just don't be a dick. That's it. Don't be a jerk. That's
You
it.
had a job. You know what? That's actually a really good point. Yeah, I feel like this is the kind of thing where like it like really helped like not like open my eyes, but I guess like remind me about like your like actions do have like affect other people. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's sometimes something easy to forget.
Right. Yeah. It is easy to forget.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a good thing to remember and like keep in mind. Um And also, I feel like one of the like really big takeaways from this is what you mentioned about like don't put your Oshi on a pedestal. Like yes, like love them and be like think about how they're like awesome and stuff, but also like don't um like throw away the idea or like the possibility in your mind that like they could be like someone not so nice.
Um,
It's like the same thing with friendship though, you know? Like obviously don't go into friendships being like, I don't know if they could be manipulating me or not. Like that's not healthy,
yeah.
but it's also important to like acknowledge that that is a possibility and you keep like the whole point like the whole thing with friendships is like you're going forward with like the trust that they aren't like that. It's kind of the same thing with like your content creators. Like yes, there's like very much the possibility of it being there, but you're going forward with like the trust that like hopefully they're not like that and they haven't shown that they are like that. but
Right.
but like I guess like keep an open mind in the sense of like they're not infallible. They could make mistakes and they could just be like mean and you don't know it yet. But don't but at the same time don't go forward with the thought of like, oh, when is the other shoe gonna drop? That's not healthy either.
Right. And oh, now I remember what I was going to say when I was
Oh.
thinking about this. So a lot of people I remember now, this is kind of a common thing I see whenever something like this happen is that VTubing space is so toxic. Maybe I should not be a VTuber just
Mm,
because of this. And I think that's all now it's your choice whether you want to be a VTuber or not, but here's the
yeah.
thing. You shouldn't be a VTuber just because you want to be one. You should be a VTuber because you want to, not because of what others did or what's happening in the VTuber space. In fact, you can care less about what's happening in the VTuber space and still become a VTuber. Just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about what others did, So
Yes, exactly. Just like honestly, make it more so like an example of like, okay, just for that's even more of a reason why I'm gonna make my little teeny tiny corner of the internet like, like our community and stuff, like Heroes chat, my chat, like that's all the more reason to make your space like like healthy. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like seeing all this, like, oh no, there's a lot of unhealthy, like everything drama going around all the time. Like, okay, just for that, I'm gonna make even more of an effort to like curate the space. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
And it does work. I feel like if you like work really hard at like not like cleaning up, but like there we go, like setting a good example, I guess, for your chat, the good people will come to you. That's at least in my experience.
That's a good
You know what I
point.
mean?
That's a good way of
Mm-hmm.
thinking.
And same thing with like your VTuber friends, the people you surround yourself with. I feel like if you're good about like setting your boundaries and like snipping, I haven't had to like look, like I'm fortunate because I haven't had to like snip anyone toxic out yet, like knock on wood. But like being really proactive with that kind of stuff is like will save you a lot of
Right.
headache and
Yeah.
prevent the drama in the first place.
Gotcha. That is so true, man.
Yeah.
That's so true. Also, another thing, I know. So after I've been talking about this with my VTuber artist friend, and she said, like, see, Hero, you're a hero VTuber. You know Monarch Amelie more than we do. She's a freaking villain, and you know that she's a scuff queen of scuff, so she isn't perfect at all. Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
See, there's the proof right there. See, maybe that's why you're able to be such a like true fan this way, because like she shows her flaws, and like her chat loves her like despite and because of her flaws that make her like the parts of her whole, instead of like just only seeing like this perfect being
Yeah.
that'll be crushed if you ever see a flaw. So
Yeah,
maybe it's
Amelie, when she
better.
debuted in Monarch like about 3 years ago, she was like looking
Yeah.
so elegant,
Oh yeah.
everything. But then once she stopped playing Domino, she's basically we realized that she was just a dirty
Like
tech
you,
scuff
yeah.
queen of all time.
Like, oh, okay, you're just a regular lady like
Yeah,
me.
and
Okay,
she's
I
basically
see it.
she also acts such a boomer sometimes because she claimed that, oh, I use Internet Edge for my default browser, and everybody's like, oh no. And,
Well, see, I think that's a good lesson too, to
like,
like
who use
show your
Internet
true
Edge?
self.
Not many
Oh my
people like to
gosh.
use Internet Edge.
Not even I do, and I'm like the boomerest millennial ever made, and I don't even use Edge, so that's really
Yeah,
saying something.
exactly, Charmander Anime. Multiversal villain became the Scuff Queen, indeed.
Oh my gosh. And well, honestly, I feel like that's a good lesson in like in the sense of like you're allowed to like mess up and show your flaws to like your friends or to like your chat if you're someone that like does content creation. Like I feel like it makes for much healthier relationships if like
Right.
the people, because if the people see your flaws and they like, that's still part of you,
Yeah.
and they're gonna love you, like the people that matter are gonna love you not even in spite of the flaws, but like because of the flaws, because there's still things that make you you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just because they're flaws, it doesn't mean they're like inherently wrong. But like, if it's something in the sense of like, oh, like maybe you do like toxic stuff sometimes, but you're working on it, it's like, I don't know, it's still good to like not hide that part of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like obviously don't show it in the sense of like being toxic to the friends, but in the sense of like, oh, this is like, be open about this is something that I sometimes like, I don't know, like for example, maybe, I don't know, Hero, let's say if sometimes I don't know you feel like pinching people and you feel like pinching people every once in a while and you can't help it but you're working on it, like talk about it, don't like hide it. And I feel like it's good to be open about your things that make you scuff about your stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's
because
good.
because then people aren't like blindsided by you being an infallible human being instead of like a perfect a perfect robot that can do no harm ever and ever.
Hmm.
It's all about your intentions,
Yeah, it's all
honestly.
about intention, guys. So, yep, and that is pretty much wrap up for the Cinder situation story. Don't
Hmm.
go anywhere, guys, because it's almost like an hour and a half. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break, a stretch break. So if you guys
Yeah,
need to grab a refill of your water or whatever, do so right now. Don't go anywhere. We
yeah,
have some
fill up
more
your
stuff to
water.
cover. All right, guys. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna BRB right now. So see you guys after the break.
Hmm.
And welcome back. We're back to more Vtuber versus WARUDO. So, after all that crazy shenanigan that we covered with Sinder, we have some little good news. Speaking of Shy Lily, at least she's happy, little Oka now, because she gained 1.5 million followers.
Wow, wait, that's crazy. Good for her.
And yes, I am doing the Dr. Evil pose with the pinky up in my mouth, you know, like 1.5 million followers, baby. Exactly. Yeah, woo, go Shy Lily. She gained 1.5 million followers. I believe this is on her Twitter account, I think, or this is on her Twitter or Twitch account. I don't know which one, but congratulations to her. And also,
yeah, I know, that's exciting. Yeah. I'm happy for her.
Yes, and also another person who was unfortunately been involved with Sinder, but also got an achievement. Silverberg hit 500,000 followers on Twitch. And this is her message. Thank you so much. I've always just wanted to make people happy, encourage them to become their best selves, and provide a cozy place to call home. Aww. I never could have imagined that we would have this big of a community and have so many amazing memories together. No words can express how much this means to me and how much I appreciate all of you supporting me for so long. I'm literally living my dream because of you. You make me feel so motivated and hopeful. I hope I do the same for you. I want to do something big to celebrate, but I can't decide what. What would you... Meow, your wing is kind of getting in the way. I couldn't read.
Oh.
What would you love to see to celebrate 500k, Pedal Pal? Congratulations to Silverbear here too. And of course, she shared a little bit of a screenshot to celebrate her milestone here. This is her, I believe, her 3D model thing. Look, 500k.
Oh, so cute.
Yes. Oh, but although, what happened to the zeros? It got pushed.
Oh, no.
It got pushed. But at least she had the other two zeros.
They were too powerful. Yeah, the other two zeros were too powerful.
The other two zeros were powerful.
They cannot be contained.
Oh my god. No, Meowrins. No, Meowrins. Bad Meowrins. I'm going to spray water at you.
No spritz. No.
And yeah, Charmander, you're right. Like I said, for every action, there's an equal reaction. Cinder tried to get on top, and all she did was boost everyone else subs and followers. I mean, that's kind of true. That is true.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the only good thing that come out from the Cinder situation, right? Right? Anyway, so... Yeah. Moving on, we got another milestone for Holo Advent from HoloLive. They thank you for 1 million views. We hit 1 million views on Holo Advent's cover of I.O. Torimoto-se on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you so much for your support, Aventrix. We couldn't have done it without you. So, on April Fool's Day, Holo Advent released a brand new music video, an animated music video, and it's actually the cover song for Fist of the North Star opening theme song, yes! I.O. Torimoto-se. And this theme song, it's a blast, and we're gonna take a look to it. We're gonna do a little reaction to this, so let me just get things prepared here. Hang on just one moment, please, guys. Because let me tell you something, this is actually kind of epic. It's actually kind of hilarious and epic, but we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we just want to watch a little bit of it because it's freaking darn funny, and I could actually sing this song in karaoke, FYI.
Oh, yay!
All right, let me just oh, that's okay. Let me just get the video open, ready. All right. Oh yeah. First I gotta have to play this ad a while. I don't care about Leo and Stitch movie. Okay, here we go. Okay, let us go to the browser scene now. Yes, so this oh whoa, what's going on here? Okay, let me just get Meowrins out here. Okay,
oh my gosh, they're all so
there you
small.
Go. Why are you so small, Meowrins? And what's so cool about this video, this animated video, is that it's in 480p, meaning that they released this video in a format when the original Fist of the North Star came out. So it's like They made it all go classy. They literally made it all classic. And we're gonna see this wonderful music video by Holo Advent. Let us
That's
see. It's
amazing.
so cool. Just listen to this, guys. Just listen to this. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward a bit because I want you to guys hear. Let's see now. Where was it? Which part was it? Not here. Hang on a second. Let me just find the right place. Hang on a second. I think I love this part of this song because Narissa literally killed this part.
Oh.
And I know some of you guys are probably saying, oh, this is a JoJo reference. And no, this is actually based off on Fist of the North Star. This is an anime that inspired JoJo Part 1 and 2 specifically.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
Yeah, basically, if you guys saw that meme of that one guy saying, you're already dead, well, that's where it came from. So, yeah.
The show is like really good.
It is so good. In fact, I watched the entire anime show. I watched all of the episodes. It is pretty darn good. It could get a little tedious because some of the animation of the people getting their head blown up, it's basically a copy and paste, literally just like using the same animation over and over again.
Oh, I bet they were like, this is so cool.
But it's still cool because I just love to see how Kenshiro, how the enemy will blow up this time. I want to see how they're gonna, blow up this time by Kenshiro Fist of the North Star.
Oh yeah, Kenshiro. That's the main character, right?
Yeah, Kenshiro, that's the main character, the name of the main character from Fist of the North Star. And literally, Fist of the North Star is just a very, very iconic, inspiring animes of its time to really inspire a lot of anime character, a lot of big muscular anime character-esque. Really, it's really cool that Holo Advent literally made a cover song of this for April Fool's Day. But even though it was an April Fool's joke, they put a lot of effort, care, and love into making this video. Like, literally,
I know!
They put a lot of love and care into making this cover song. It's amazing. Really, really cool. Very cool. And you can check out this music video anytime on YouTube. So, yeah, it was so cool that if you search the name of the song, I or Torimoto said, this song literally come out at the top of the search result. I'm not kidding.
That's actually amazing.
Exactly. That's how big it is. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the room. We're gonna go back to our talk show room. Okay, and oh my god, where did I go? I disappeared. Let me just move back here. Alright then. So moving on. And now we're gonna have to talk about another big thing because in the last week of April, when this whole Sinder situation happened, we also experienced a lot 3 graduation from HoloLive. Murasaki Shion, Nanashi Mume, and Galgura.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So these VTubers, especially Galgura, left VTubing. Really sad to see. Especially Galgura. Now I know that Galgura did took a long break early on this year. So a lot of people was theorized like, oh my god, is Galgura is going to graduate? And a lot of people already had a feeling that she was. And well, it came true. Galgura graduated. Really, really sad and unfortunate to see. But I think it's like Galgura, she is like at the top of the VTubers, the world because she holds the most subscribed YouTube channel for VTuber in the world. She is the top of the top, and that puts a lot of pressure on the person, that because holding a lot of expectation for people. Yeah, I think it's good that she graduated in a sense, and we should, respect that, That's the thing. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, I bet, like, cause it's like easy to leave a job. I don't know. I might just be speaking for myself, but it is never easy to leave a job. You know what I mean? Especially if it's one you like, which I'm sure everyone obviously you're not gonna join HoloLive if you don't like the job. You know what I mean? Like this is one of those things where it's like you enjoy what you do, and you know you're good at it, so you're gonna join them. So it must have been a really hard decision for her. But I'm always happy for people like choosing to leave a position because I know it's always a hard choice to make. So if a choice is like really hard, then if you're making it, then it's the right choice because you feel that despite like how hard of a choice it is, it's better to go that direction than to not for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes people are too scared and they'll like hurt their health, like not parting ways when they should have.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to see, Remember, guys, your Oshi will not be your Oshi forever. Just be aware of that, too, Your Oshi cannot be Oshi forever. And now, we're going to see some little funny clip that happened during Murasaki Shion's graduation stream, and you might see someone very familiar. Let's change the scene again. All right, and here we go. We're gonna see this little funny clip that happened during Murasaki Shion's graduation stream.
次のゲストなんですが、ちょっとハードルが高そうなんだよね。めちゃくちゃ名高い魔法書には召喚される人が喜ぶものを捧げると成功するって書いてあったんだけど、やるしかない。
A toothbrush.
磨いとこう。よいしょ。磨いて。よし。
She's gonna use a toothbrush to summon somebody.
行くぞ。出てこーい。出てこい。
And the first thing Chloe do, she smells Shion. Yeah, exactly.
She's gonna get her. She's gonna get her.
Hey, yo. Oh my god, this stinky Oka, man. This other stinky Oka. Yeah, that's right. Sakamata Chloe returned from Murasaki Shion graduation stream. Very cute. Very cute to see, Shion to reappear again. But you know who else also came back temporarily? Hello? Meowrins?
What? Who?
Oh. Well, other thing came up is that, let's see now.
Oops.
It's that during Takanashi Kiawa live stream for her spring concert, spring concert, sweetie spring concert.
I can fix that.
We
They're
have
waiting for Amelia Watson. Now where do we go?
the return of Amelia Watson. Amelia Watson also made her guest appearance at Kiawa's spring concert. And this is a clip. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I actually have to forget to share this clip to her. Wait, hold on a second. Hey, guys,
okay.
sorry about that.
I was trying to telepathically communicate with you I was trying to see through your eyes.
Yeah, okay, hang on a second. Let me get it out for you. Hang on. Actually, hang on a second. Since I'm in history, let's see. Oh, yeah, second. Sorry about this, guys. Scuff here. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Alright. You ready, Meowrins?
Yeah.
Okay, hitting play together.
What are these people looking at?
I can fix that. They're waiting for Amelia Watson. Now where do we go?
Understandable. They'll have to wait. You never know when she will show
There's
up.
gotta be. You never know when she'll just pop up.
Yeah, amen.
Okay, so besides
It's a small
performing
man.
many Hello Project songs, we'll also be having as many HoloLive English members invited here today as possible. And that might even mean that we get a member who you haven't seen in a long, long time. You already know, don't you?
She's so excited.
Ame, you lived and you rescued another. Thank you.
Whoa! She did like a magical girl entrance.
Yeah, Ame has returned. She returned for the special occasion for Tiara Spring Concert.
Oh, their idol outfits are so cute.
Well, that was our next big part, first half or so, of the nice, super awesome special guest segment. The first song was Gachinko de Iko. It was performed with People and I want to hear you in the chat.
Bibu and small Ame.
Yeah, literally everybody was so surprised, you know. Basically, people were like that one like video of, you know, this bunch of people at a bar and cheering at a soccer game, but it was like, yeah, it was literally this kind of feeling experience, you know. Really cool to see, you know, Ame to be back. You know, we know that Ame Chloe is known as alumni.
Oh yeah.
They have
Like
a certain status. They're not like completely graduated from HoloLive, but they basically quote unquote retire from HoloLive, which means they could just come back at any time to do like these kind of special thing with other existing Holo talents. So which is really, really cool to see that they came back to these kind of special occasion, you know. Really, really awesome to see. Very cool. So congratulations. Glad to see that we get to see Ame and Chloe one last time, you know. And maybe they'll make more appearance sometime later in the future, for all we know.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna move on back to the room stream. Okay then. So moving on. And we have an interesting take of the month. So take of the month is a section in our Vtubing versus WARUDO show, where we discuss about an interesting take that I find on the internet. And here we have this take about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So this person saying scolding hot take, sorry. It's wild how badly they mischaracterized Peach in this movie. Not every female lead needs to be a flawless badass. Peach was always a little ditzy, sassy, and overly emotional, and that was her charm. I miss our silly princess. This version just isn't her, in my opinion. What do you think about this take, Meowin?
I get where they're coming from. Was Peach ditzy? I don't seem to remember anything about Peach being ditzy. I could be wrong though. I haven't played like a ton of Mario games. But I don't know. I don't want to say like this person's mischaracterizing her by saying that because I don't know 100%.
Yeah, like I don't think Peach was ditzy.
I don't think she was ever dumb.
And I don't think she was even sassy either. I think she was definitely over emotional. I mean, there was this one
in her game at least.
One-off spin-off game about her that uses her emotion for attack, but I digress. But I can see where they're coming from, but I kind of like this iteration of Peach because here's the thing, do you want to see Princess Peach to get kidnapped by Bowser again?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I think it's good that Princess Peach is being this, you know, cool sort of like leading ladies that could beat the crap out of somebody. I think it's cool to see that, you know, for once in a while.
Right. And I think that it's an important, like, I get where they're coming from because yes, it's like in a way it's good to have like characters that like I think where they're coming from is like thinking like, okay, if we have like always have like strong badass female characters, then like we're not showing girls that like it's okay to like be a little bit like dumb, you have to be perfect all the time, you know what I mean? Like I get that, but I also feel like we are so few and far between with the portrayal of like women being strong and protecting themselves that we shouldn't be criticizing it.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? Like it's important to show like that kind of characterization, especially for like little kids to see, because we have however many decades of media showing that, like, oh, girls have to be like rescued by the guys. You know
Right?
what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know about Peach being ditzy, sassy, or even
No.
overly emotional. But I think this version of Peach is fine to me in the movie. But I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know not many people didn't like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but I think it was just fine. It was a fun movie nonetheless.
Yeah, I
I
liked
mean,
it.
the best part of the movie was, Jack Black voicing as Bowser. That was
Yes!
hilarious.
They gave the fans exactly what they wanted with that.
Peaches, peaches, peaches,
Yeah.
peaches,
Peaches,
peaches.
peaches, 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 peaches.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and they made Bowser a simp. You
He
ever
was
stop and
pretty
think about
simp.
that? They literally made him a simp.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know, exactly.
Because I feel like usually in the games, he kidnaps Peach because it's like, oh man, I'm so mad that you guys didn't invite me to that birthday party, to that
Yeah.
tea party that Peach is holding. I'm gonna kidnap
Right.
her as like revenge. But in this movie, they're just like, oh, he's a simp.
Yeah. Also, they recently announced that Super Mario Bros. 2, the movie, it's in the work too. So
Wait, really?
we're gonna see a sequel to Super
Yay!
Mario Bros. Sometime soon.
Oh my
In
gosh!
a few years from now.
Yay,
So,
yay!
yeah.
We should do a watch along.
Man, awesome. Anyway, moving on. Our last section is the Art of the Month, where we celebrate and showcase our beautiful month that I think deserve to be in the spot. And here is one because remember earlier this month, Meowrins, what happened last Sunday in May this month?
Sunday?
Last Sunday, it was May the 4th. What's the May the 4th about?
May the 4th be with you!
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It was Star Wars Day, and we have this lovely Art of Bow the Werewolf as a Jedi.
This is so badass! What the heck?
It's the Jedi.
That's so cool! I love this art!
Yeah, look at that art. I really
And
like
look at
the
oh my god.
the dark.
Yes, look at the
shadow.
lighting!
Yeah,
Look
the
at how well
lighting
the
too
lighting's
with
done
the
on her face
lightsaber.
there! Oh my gosh! And she looks so badass.
Yeah,
I
she
feel
looks
like,
badass.
because Bao is like just our silly girl, so I feel like I've never really seen like art of her like this, so this is so neat.
Silly, silly girl with a big cake and also furries. Don't forget
Oh,
about
yeah, you're
that.
right. You know what? She's so relatable for both of those reasons.
Wait, are you saying that? Wait, are you saying that you have big cake and also into furries? Well, yeah,
Okay,
you are a cat
listen.
girl, so
Listen.
What?
I'm not.
What?
Listen. I have assets. They're not up here where you could see. They're elsewhere on my body, which is why I don't feel bad about having small, frontal assets.
Wait, small frontal
We need more
assets?
We need more representation for our thick girlies. Okay, that's why.
What does this turn into? But yeah.
I'm trying not to say too much TMI about.
But honestly,
how I'm built.
so this art was made by a Twitter user named Emmy, and she actually also made a Sith version. She also made a Sith version for another VTuber, Yoshi, too.
Oh, I want to see. Send
Go
me.
check it out later. I'll give you the link later.
Oh, that
but
sounds
anyway,
so cool.
this is really cool. This is honestly a very cool art for Bao. Hopefully Bao noticed it too,
I know. Does she like Star Wars?
I don't know, but
Do you know? Oh, okay.
But
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
happy
she's
belated
ever
Star
said
Wars
she's like a
days, guys.
Star Wars nerd. Yeah. Happy May the 4th.
although if this was if Jedi was real, I think this would look a little too skimpy. If my opinion, this might consider to be a little too skimpy to be a Jedi.
Oh my
I don't know.
goodness. No, seriously, this outfit is like going to have a wardrobe malfunction. Oh no. This is the kind of outfit where it's like it's good for photo shoots, yes. But nothing else. Do not wear this out to grocery shop. People will be seeing things they did not sign up for seeing.
Did you know that HoloLive had a recent collab event with Star Wars?
Oh, I want want to see. What was it?
Yeah, it was like a Star Wars is big in Japan, and HoloLive with their talent Coronet, Luna, and Noe were also dressed up as a Jedi too with their lightsaber, and it looks really cool. And it's so cool that they even saw a reaction of Star Wars cast member, including the cast member from the latest Star Wars TV series on Disney Plus, Ando. And apparently we found out that the main actor who played the main protagonist from that show is blood related to Luna. He said like, "Hey, this is my cousin." Like, you know, yeah, apparently HoloLive, yeah, really cool. And also in that interview, we meet a lot other, you know, Star Wars cast members, such as the actor who played Ahsoka in the live actions Mandalorian series, and we even got the appearance of Christian Hayden, the man who played as Anakin Skywalker in the prequel trilogy. Like, really cool. Really cool to see HoloLive making a cool collab. Matter of fact, even HoloLive made a collab and even made a parody commercial trailer of the Marvel Thunderbolt, the new Marvel movie. So, yeah, HoloLive is just cooking.
Let's go. They are.
And I think that's about it for the slide. Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff. I know that the half of this show was mostly like a very serious. Actually, majority of this show was very serious. I mean, yeah, like about first hour and a half, almost hour and a half of the stream, we talk about, you know, the whole Sinder situation. But I hope that you guys are feeling a bit better talking about this, and also discussing important, and thank you for all being civil, you know. At least from what I see, you guys kept it all very civil. So thank you very much for the discussion, guys.
Yeah, chat's always so like awesome and like thoughtful. So I feel like I'm like always thinking that, but like seriously, I know that chat's probably like, this is the bare minimum. We're just being like civilized individuals, but listen, you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
The bar may be in hell, but you have like very few people overcome that bar that's in hell. So this very much thank you, chat.
Yeah, very much thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed our monthly VTuber versus WARUDO talk show. Hopefully we'll get back into the grind, and I will be working on the YouTube channel for this because it's been a little bit sitting there collecting dust a bit. But go check it out. Go subscribe to our
spring cleaning.
Our channel. I believe it was. Let me check again. Let's just see if the link work. Okay, that is going to my. Oh, that goes to my main YouTube channel. So I need to create a new command so that you guys could check out VTuber versus WARUDO YouTube channel. Let me just get the link to the channel instead. Let's see. Hang on a second. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to watch our show, guys. And I think for the first time in a while, how about let's raid someone? And I think I know one particular person we can raid. But let me check if she is still streaming.
Woohoo!
Hang on a second, guys.
Raid.
And here is our official YouTube channel for the talk show. So
excuse me. Sorry, I keep
here we
yawning.
go. Go check it out and go subscribe there. I will be uploading this live stream bot to the YouTube channel later today or tomorrow. So if you guys miss or want to rewatch something that we cover here, then you may do so. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being with us here today, and we hope to see you next time, next month. And hopefully we're gonna say something a little bit more positive.
Yeah.
All right, let's raid my good old friend Starlight Akari. Let me go find her channel. All right, she's still streaming somehow. We're gonna raid her now. Let us start the raid. All right, here we go. We're gonna start the raid now. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Yeah, we're gonna start raiding her now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. See you in a little while.
And rating in about minute and 15 seconds. Okay, that's how the raid system works. Alright then. See you guys next time. Bye bye.
Raid.